A lot of the same. It looked like, it was tough. It was all the way to the end. Fans got their money's worth again. Finding a way to win, Special teams came through big. There's several different guys just off the top of my head. One, of course, Alex. Alex punted really well, and he kicked off an end zone again. And then Kyron with the punt return. There was a bunch of guys that made key blocks on there. And then Cordell Williams, which is a redshirt freshman. It seemed like he made every tackle on kickoff and punt. He probably had 4 or 5 tackles. So when you get special teams contributing like that, that helps, of course. Thought we were solid for most of the night on defense, but we didn't rise up in some key situations after a couple turnovers, after one turnover, and then of course the kick that we kicked out of bounds. We didn't step up, and then at the end of the game, second to last series. But I thought we played tough again. I don't know what their total yards was. I know they was averaging over 500. I don't know if they got 500 tonight.
Yeah, just over 3.
Just over 3, so they're 200 shy of what they've been averaging. Coach came up to me after the game and says, "I hate going against you." I said, "Well, you did a good job," because he had us on our heels a little bit. We had to make a bunch of adjustments within our scheme, but our kids did a fabulous job, I thought, for most of the night.
Their running game, they had 20 carries, 1 yard. That's 0.1 a carry. Did you expect that from them? Were they going to pass the whole time, did you feel?
No, they got 2 good running backs that can break tackles, especially number 20, in that 3rd and long that they called back for holding. That was a long run by him. We missed a couple tackles. Our defensive end, Chris Levens, didn't come inside when he was supposed to, and they gashed us, but we got lucky with the holding call. But we always start off at taking the run away, and they're very balanced. There's a little bit different this year than they were last year. Last year there was a lot of motions and a lot of things off the motions. This year they got a lot of snug sets, a lot of close bunches, and they had a good game plan. They made us work on the sideline. I drew more this probably week on the sideline than I have in a while. So
you gave up. You mentioned Chris Livings. I know you're happy to have him back.
Yeah, he was supposed to just play 3rd down in our dollar package basically, which is 6 DBs, 3 down linemen, and 2 backers. But we had another defensive end hurt, rolled her ankle. Christian Robinson ended up getting hurt, so we were short of defensive end, and Livens was feeling good, so he played. He ended up with 5 sacks, tying the school record with Brian Smith. But Chris Levens did it against a conference opponent. I think it was a Division II school that Brian did it against. Now, I ain't taking nothing away from Brian. Brian got drafted, but what he did tonight was pretty incredible.
Alex kind of uttered a phrase that the offense was struggling a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an understatement? How would you describe the state of this offense?
We won. We did enough to win. It's period. We'll find a way to win. I don't know if people remember this. In 91 and 93, we won conference championships with defense. So if we got special teams doing what they're doing in defense, we can do enough to put that many points on the board, we should win. That's how I feel. So our goal is to hold people under 20 points, and we feel if we do that, our offense can make enough points. So we'll just keep getting better at things. We got a lot of injuries. I don't always comment on how many people we got out, but we got a lot of offensive linemen out. We're hurting a little bit right now, but I don't like leaking a lot of stuff out.
Well, the offensive line gave up 6 sacks tonight, 5 in the 3rd quarter. Is that your biggest concern coming out tonight?
Yeah, it was. We didn't protect as well as we have been, and we've been chipping the running back on the defensive line. This week, I think we free released a little bit more, and I think it hurt us because they kept adding on the Mike backer. So they were in what we call bear defense, 5 men up front, and the linebacker. And every time we free release the running back, that backer would add, and he kept getting James. And that's our fault as coaches. We got to do a better job of helping out inside. With our offensive line, especially when you're down a couple guys, but it is what it is. We made some plays when we needed to. We left another touchdown out there. Kyron had one that he dropped that I thought he had a chance to score, and then of course we got a turnover right up in there, and then we got a sack and got out of, should have scored a touchdown on that one, but it is what it is. Abilene played good defense tonight, and we're gonna get good defense, and they're gonna load the box and do that every week. We just gotta outplay everybody else's defense. Our defense got to match the other team's defense. That's what we hang our hat on. We're going to put it on our backs. As long as we outplay the other team's defense, we win.
You guys, the offense and the special teams, when you guys did score touchdowns, a big play either preceded it or was the direct cause of the touchdown. Just, the offense kind of struggling to move the ball, but how nice is it that you guys can get those big plays kind of when I guess when you need them.
Yeah, they did. We got some big plays out there still left, and we're doing a little bit more trying to help ourselves. We're getting in a bunch of clusters and things like that. So we're setting up things for the future and putting some eye candy on a little bit to try to take some shots, and hopefully we'll get a couple people back on the open week, rest up with some people, and go into corner word with a little bit more depth than we have right now. And hopefully we'll have Parker back as well.
500th win. I know through the week, when you're asked about it, I know you're just focusing on getting that win. But I guess, does it mean anything now that you've accomplished it and been able to, the game's over?
Well, it's not my 500th win. It's McNeese.
McNeese's 500th win.
Yeah, I'm a part
yes.
of McNeese, so I watched a lot of wins. I was a part of a lot of wins as a player and as a coach, and so I know it's special for McNeese. So that's why it's special to me, of course. But I don't take ownership of that 500th win. That's the program's win, and we're just gonna get it sooner or later, right? If we're waiting this year after I'm gone, eventually somebody's gonna get the 500. But I was more happy that we won on a night that we kind of honored the 75th. There wasn't as many people here as we'd like, but in the spring, with our spring game, we'll do a good job of making sure we get everybody invited, and there's enough time so everybody can set up in their schedule. Because I think there's like 150 players on that team. So.
Coach, the play, the refs, it was an interception. I thought it was an interception. Can you explain it? Because it looked to me like it was a pretty clear interception and a fumble. But what did they say to you?
Well, normally on the field, what they normally do is when a guy makes a call and they don't know, after the call, they let the press box or the video make the decision after that. They overturn his decision on the field. And then, no matter what the video box, if there's not sufficient evidence, it's going to go out the field's call. And they usually don't do that. And that's been my biggest argument, is if another official sees something that wasn't there, make sure they get it right on the field. And I think they did get it right on the field. But why did it have to be against us? Usually they just let the play stand and they look at the video. Which video, we don't have the best angles in FCS football. Of course, in FBS, they got all kind of angles with TV and all that. So that's what I was mad about. Oh, this one time you're going to overturn it? So I was just begging gamesmanship. But I don't think he caught it. I think he dropped it when he hit the ground.
Okay.
5 running backs going in, and the running game is still, I assume, not where you want it to be. Mm-hmm. You mentioned the offensive line, and all the running backs appear to be healthy. Mm-hmm. Give us some insight in regards to what you're seeing in regards to getting that offensive
line out.
Yeah.
Some offensive linemen out. We always harp on what we don't do well, but we win it. We played Nichols. Nichols was, supposed to beat us. They're the second best team in the conference, supposedly. They got, 10 guys on all conference preseason, and we beat them, and we're still winning. So that's the main thing. We're just going to try and get better, and we're going to go back to the drawing board, and we're going to coach them hard, and we're just going to try and win games, no matter if it's ugly. Not everybody can be Alabama and score 60-something points and have, just switch jerseys with different names. We don't have that. We got what we got. And, it's a team win. Offense did enough tonight to help us win. So we can't do it alone on defense and special teams. But we do have to get better. We know that, and we're work in progress.
You have the bye week, and you can potentially have battle for first place in 2 weeks if Incarnate Word wins next week. I know you haven't looked forward to that yet, but just what does that mean, knowing that, all conference games are big, but what does it mean just knowing that specifically could be on the line in 2 weeks?
So it's on the line because they're a lot better team than what they were. They've got a good coach. And they've got some players that transferred in there. And what they beat Southeastern tonight, 50-something to 30?
52-34, yeah.
Southeastern almost beat Monroe. Southeastern played well against LSU. So if you're just comparing games, that's pretty impressive. They got a running back that's really, really good. I haven't watched them in depth, but they're one of the better teams in our conference. So we're going to have to play well. I'm glad we got them right before the open date, or after the open date, I should say. We got 2 weeks to prepare for them, and they definitely going to catch our players' attention, when we watch the game. So I like the way our schedule sets up, especially with Cornet, being good like they are. And of course, we got a long bus trip to San Antonio, and it's hard to play over there because there's not probably going to be, it's not a big stadium or anything like that. But they ought to start to attract some fans because they're doing really well. The coach is doing a good job. So the conference title's on the line. That's the way we got to look at it. They got some big games after us. I think they got Sam, UCA, and Nichols. Maybe they play everybody. So it's going to be I know it's going to be a game for them that they're going to try and make it a big part. If they get a win, it's going to be a big feather in their cap for their program. So, and we've struggled over there both times we've gone over there.
You were way on the other side, but the very last play, Livings gets hurt, their receiver gets hurt. They literally drag him off the field, ACU. And then your player, Blunt, the rest of them is pushing Livings, and he ends up making the play. Your thoughts on just that play in particular, and then just the overall effort? I mean, I don't know, he must have re-hurt the ankle, or?
No, it's something with his arm or his shoulder.
Okay,
It wasn't
grabbing his
ankle.
leg, okay.
I don't know, man. He went in there and got another sack.
Yeah.
So we'll try and rest him this week. He's had a high ankle sprain, and it's been bothering him a lot. And he's been pushing through it, and Doc Murphy and Hunter's done a great job of getting him back. And so this week he felt confident enough that he could play on third down. And then as the game went, he felt good. I guess just the emotions and the adrenaline. And he started playing on first and second down. And man, we needed him. We really did. So very proud of him and being a tough guy like that. Because he knew his teammates needed him. And he was a vocal leader out there tonight as well.